This isn't about adding a receiver, it's about building a quarterback. Because everything the Washington Commanders are doing right now points to one thing. They are all in on Jayden Daniels, and they're not taking shortcuts. Yes, Brandon Aiyuk is the headline, the expected move, the familiar connection, the reunion that feels inevitable once he hits the market. But here's the twist. Washington isn't stopping there, not even close. Because while Aiyuk might be the splash, he's not the solution. That's the turning point. Because this front office, led by Adam Peters, understands the risk. Aiyuk is coming off an injury, missed the entire 2025 season. No guarantee he returns to form immediately or at all. And if you're building around a young quarterback entering a critical year, you don't gamble everything on a maybe. You stack options. That's exactly what they're doing. They've already added Diami Brown and Van Jefferson depth pieces. Competition, insurance, not game changers. Which tells you something important. The real move hasn't happened yet, because internally they know the current receiver room isn't enough. Terry McLaurin is still the alpha, when healthy, when available. But beyond that, uncertainty. Young players like Luke McCaffrey and Jalen Lane, potential but unproven. And that's not how you maximize a quarterback window, especially not in today's National Football League. So now the pressure shifts to the draft. Names like Carnell Tate are already being connected, dynamic, explosive, a long-term piece who doesn't rely on past chemistry or recovery timelines. And that's the strategy. Layer the position. Aiyuk for familiarity, a rookie for upside, veterans for depth, multiple paths to success, because Daniels isn't just entering another season, he's entering a defining one. Year 3, the point where potential has to turn into production, where flashes have to become consistency, where the organization decides if he's the guy. And that decision depends heavily on what's around him. That's the impact. Because if Washington gets this right, they don't just improve the offense, they accelerate Daniels' trajectory. They give him answers instead of excuses. But if they don't, if Aiyuk doesn't bounce back, if the rookie isn't ready, if the depth falls flat, then the entire plan stalls. And suddenly, it's not about the receivers anymore. It's about whether they did enough, which is why this isn't a one-move offseason. It's a layered bet on talent, on timing, and most importantly, on making sure their quarterback never has to carry it alone.